everyone. Welcome to the data
Good
science
evening, sir.
program. In the
Good evening.
previous class, we were looking at the basics that are required to have a visualization by using Tableau. So in today's session, we are going to start with the hands-on session itself. Okay, so I want you to double click on the icon that was created when you installed the Tableau version on your computer. Okay, so Tableau Public is the specific tool which we are using, which is a free version that is used to learn the basics that are required for Tableau visualization. So when we click on that particular icon, right, we'll see the window which has been opened up, and whatever you can see on your screen, right, is the one window which opens up when you double click. Okay, so I request everyone to go along with me, do the hands-on with me, so that right, you can also understand what exactly we are going to do, and you'll also get to know about the various features that are present here. Okay, so in order to proceed further, we need a data set. Okay, for that reason, let us try to use a common data set. I'm going to share that data set in the chat now. Okay, so just give me 1 minute. I will share the one data set which I'm going to use. Okay, please download that and keep it ready. Okay, just 1 second. I have not yet added that. Okay, so I have added that particular file, which is a Excel sheet file, to the chat box now. Everyone, please check the chat box where you will find a superstore data Excel sheet. Okay, hope everyone is getting that. Please download it so that we shall start the session in next 30 seconds. Okay. Please check the chat box, whoever has not received it, right? Look in the chat, right? You will be able to find that in the chat. You just have to download it. Okay. So some of you are not receiving that, it seems. Whoever has received, please put it into your the common WhatsApp group if you have anything, right? Kindly put it over there so that those whoever is not able to receive, right, can pick it up from your WhatsApp group. All right. So I request someone, please share it in the common group you have.
Yeah, I shared it, sir, also.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I shared.
All right, I'll wait for 30 more seconds so that whoever is downloading from the WhatsApp group, right, let them take their time. Okay. All right. So I hope everyone is ready with the file. Okay. So just see, this is the, as soon as you double click on the icon which is created during the installation of the Tableau public version, right? As soon as you click that, you'll see a particular window which opens up like this. right? And as we already know, some of the features I already have explained in the previous session, right? So there we know that the first thing that we want to do here is loading the data. So the loading is called as connect option, right? We have to do the loading by using what is called as connect. So we know from basics that the Tableau version which we are using, right, that actually has the facility to connect to several files to different types of servers, etc. Many options are there. So what we do, right, we'll directly click on the Microsoft Excel because I want to load the Microsoft Excel that itself, right? So what I do, right, I will click on the go and search wherever you have saved the file which I have sent you, right? So one window will open up, right, saying that where is that particular file which you want to open. It's going to ask that. Simply click on that and select open over there. Okay, so as soon as you open, right, this is the change that I'm expecting, right? A new window comes up. That window which was open earlier will get closed automatically, and you get this particular window. Okay, it should say that sample.
Sir, I have
Just hold on 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay, so whenever you open, make sure that the name of the Excel file comes at this location. Connections, right, should show that particular name of the file. Okay, yes, Manish, please go ahead.
sir, can you please reopen after pressing connect? Sir, can you please show what will come for a second? Once
Yeah,
again.
on the connect, I cannot go back because I already have loaded. So in the connect, go for Excel sheet. Right? Click on the Excel sheet and download the file. Okay, click the file which has been sent on. Okay, there is a file by the name sample superstore in your chat box. Right, so download that file and select that over here.
Right.
Okay, all right. So I hope everybody is doing this with me. All right, fine. Now let's look at the features. What are the various features? What are the various various columns, various entries that we have over here. On the top, you can see the files. Right, these are the most common the whatever links we get at the top. Right, data. Right, as of now, we will not touch any of them. Right, we will come back to this whenever required. So you can see various options are there, right? If you require help, you can go for help directly. You can get support. So you can update your version if there is a new version available. Since it is a free version, you can definitely go for update. Regularly, you keep updating, right? That's what is suggested. Then other options are there. As of now, I'm not going to touch anyone. Okay, and over here, so this part actually talks about the connections you made so far. If you have made the connections with multiple files, they are going to be present over here. So normally we expect the same name as the file which you have loaded. Okay, so as of now, only one particular file, Excel file, we have made a connection from our Tableau to that file. So you see only one file that is present over here. Okay, the next part come below, it says sheets. So we have not loaded any sheets, right? We have loaded a simple file. But since that is an Excel sheet, you open the Excel sheet separately outside this, right? Just go to the Excel sheet you have downloaded and double click on. What you will see that there are three different sheets present in that. The first one is the same name as orders. The second file has a name, right? That is people. And there is a third sheet which says the name as returns. You can go, you can check that. Right? Just to verify that, okay, whatever is there inside the file which you have loaded comes here, right? This is what we want to make sure. Okay, once you do that, later on, next time, whenever you load different types of files, you don't have to do it because you are very sure that, okay, this is what is happening. Okay, so that's one thing. Then we have an option called new union. I'm not going to touch that now. As of now, let's look at the basics first, then we'll go to the union part or any other thing. Okay, so sheets are over. Below the sheets, you have a data source. When you actually data source has been, it has been selected by default. So because of which you are able to see this particular screen on your right window, right? Then you have other options, like there is already by default, as soon as you open, there is what is called as a sheet 1 will be present over there. So I click on that, you see the screen changes, because this is the sheet is the one, right, which actually says that, which actually suggests that there is some error. Okay, let me look at that later. So as soon as I click over here, I see that in the sheet is a place, the sheet is a place where you will bring up the visualization you required one at a time, one visualization possible at a given moment. Okay, at any given point of time, I will be able to see one visualization. Okay, so if you can add any number of sheets by simply clicking over here, right? So sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, you can get any number of visualization as required, and if you don't want, you can simply delete. Okay, so that's the first thing, fundamental thing I should remember whenever I want to load or and do a visualization. Normally we start with one visualization at a given point, so that will be done in what is called as a sheet. Okay, so the name which is here, right, the sheet 1 will appear at this location as well. Okay, fine. So the next option is, right, that actually, right, when you move your file over there, it actually is called as a dashboard, right? So dashboard is a place where you can bring the multiple sheets which you have created, and you can try to do a set of visualization. You can visualize 1, 2, 3. So previously you have plotted few of the graphs, let's say. Okay, there are few visualizations directly available with you, right? You can bring it and you can visualize that over here, right? You also have an option to increase the size of one graph, reduce the size of other graph, make a modifications over there, etc. That is there. That will be done at a different location, not on a sheet. Multiple sheets should be brought together, and you will bring it over here. That is what we call as a dashboard. Again, you can keep on adding the different number of dashboards as required by just clicking over here. Okay, and when you don't want, delete it. So as of now, we'll not move to the dashboard also. We are going to start with the sheet itself. I hope that is fine. Right, let's move ahead. Then there is another option. You click over here, that is called as a story. Right, so story is a concept that is present in few of the data visualization tools, right, which actually is going to be a something like you are making a presentation, right? And in presentation, right, you can tell your story, right? You can try to build your own story, like the previous case, like a dashboard where you simply put one or two or one or more number of graphs visualization. Here you can even add the text. You can try to make it like a story form, and you can save the story, and you can actually, right, send the story to someone, etc. That option is also available. Okay, so that is what is called as a story. Anyway, we will be coming to the dashboards as well as the stories towards the end of this particular module. Okay, yeah, it is like a presentation, right? So I don't want it, so I'll remove this. Okay, so let me say, I think there is some issue with the loading part. Let me just check that once. Okay, let me check the sheet. Oh, it's still not coming. I think you should be having the various list of the dimensions and the measures over your screen, I guess, right? So I am having some issue. Let me just give me 1 second. Okay, I'll try to.
Hello, sir. Same error with us also, sir.
You're also having the
Yes,
same error.
we are not getting anything. Yes.
Yes, same error, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay. Just hold on. Okay, I will try to resend the document. Document is opening on your screen. Are you
Yeah,
able to-
yeah.
When
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
Yes,
when-
yes.
when you-
Documents open.
Sir, maybe we didn't add files over, the data source.
you just have to, right, click on, as soon as you open, this is what is expected. Okay, let's close this screen and let's open. You close the screen, you open it once again, let's see what happens. Okay, maybe that's the one thing which I can understand. Otherwise, let me go to, let me remove the first one. Okay, it's not coming. Let me do one more thing. Okay, let me see whether I have another data set. If it is opening in mine, I will share you that, so that right, you can also use the same thing. Okay, let me try to add a new connection. Okay, I'll go to the Excel sheet. Still not. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll close this. I'll close my Tableau public. Your screen may go blank for a moment. Okay, so don't worry, it's not an error. I'm because I'm closing this particular window, right? Maybe there is an error. Okay, you may see the blank screen. No problem. Okay, right. Before opening a file, let me make sure that the file which I want to open has something over there. All right. Okay, so we have the file is actually opening in my system. Let me make sure that I'm also able to open it. Okay. Okay, so let's try to open it now once again. I'll click on Excel. Okay, I will go to, right, looks like, yeah, okay, no issues. Right, so actually I missed this one. That's the problem. Otherwise, everything is fine, right? So what you do, come to the sheets, right? You have order, right? So click the order and bring it over here. Okay, so this was a mistake, right? We never started properly, right? So select this order. Don't go to the sheet directly. Select the order, because out of those many sheets, which one to be loaded we didn't mention, right? So that was our mistake, right? So now I think your problem gets solved. Am I right?
Sir, could you repeat, please, sir?
Yes.
What we have to do?
So come to the data source, click on the data source, which is at the bottom left corner, right? Even if you are on sheet, come back to the data source, select a sheet, right? Out of the three, the orders is the file which actually has some content in that. So simply bring it and drop it to this side. Okay, wherever it says drop it, you drop that. Okay, just drag it and drop it over here, because it says that drop the data to this. Here it should show you that the orders has been loaded. Okay, so once it is done, please put it in the chat box saying that yes, you are done, right? When most of you have that, I will proceed. Okay. All right, so now it's happening. So sorry, we missed a step, very basic step. So we thought there is error with the data. It's not an error with the data. Okay, so that's how everything is normally preloaded. So we don't go to this step. So since I'm starting from beginning for you, right, I just missed that step. All right, so it says that as soon as you load it, you can see that there are 21 fields in the sense of the columns, and 9994 rows. So many, right, items. Now, what you can understand here, right? So you look at that. The name of the sheet which is loaded is orders. What are the various types of data
Sir,
that is present over there? You can try to understand. Okay, yes, go ahead.
sir, it is not showing up 21 fields and 9994 rows. Sir, how you got this?
No, I have not
Because
done anything. Simply I loaded, it comes. There is no option to do that. So just see that you will have to bring the orders and place it here, right? As soon as you place it, right, this will come up. That's all.
sir, rest everything is coming. Only this is not coming.
No,
sir.
leave
I
it.
don't
No,
know
no
why.
problem. No problem. Maybe some issue with your installation. Nothing to worry about.
Excuse me,
Okay.
excuse me, sir. I could not open the file earlier. So could you tell after downloading the file what is the first step to do?
You
When
have
we-
to when you click the file, there is a connect option. In the connect, go to the Excel and select your Excel file. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, whichever file downloaded, you just have to open that. And when you open that, orders comes into picture. Just drag and drop the order over here. That's all. Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Sure. So now you see, right? Don't worry if something is not coming up. Right? Don't worry. This is what we need. What exactly I need is this. You have to see the fields here. The field says that what are the various data types present inside your sheet that you have opened, right? So you can see here, it says, right, what is this? This actually is a date. For a date type, as recall yesterday's material, where I have shown that what are the various types of data that are supported by the Tableau, and Tableau detects them automatically, everything. I have mentioned, right, these
Sir?
points,
Sir,
right?
sir,
Yeah.
sir, I have one small request. Sir, the right side thing, I am able to see that order row ID 7981. But on the left side, this thing is I am not able to see this.
So
Sir.
there is an option like this. If you have, you click, it might come. Okay, right. So don't worry
Sir,
about
it is
that.
not coming.
Even I'm
Sir, if it is not,
yeah.
sir, if it is not coming, then what do I need to do? That left arrow I am not able to get.
Maybe somewhere you have to find an option. Maybe go to the view or something, right? So anyway, don't worry. It's not so important. Just telling that, right? I'm coming to the right side where you will find this once again. Okay, don't worry. Please hold on. Right. So just see here, the fields are actually telling you what are the types of data that is present. Just recall, yesterday I had shown you this icon indicating that is a date. If you see ABC, that means it is a text, right? So you should be able to, if you what is important is that you have to understand that the Tableau identifies various data types by itself, automatically identifies. ABC means that's a name. You see this symbol corresponds to what? It is a geographical location. It's a geodata. Okay, that's all I want to say. Let's move further. Right, so I'm coming to the right half of the plane where you are able to get a simple visualization of the complete data set that has been loaded. So it said that there are 21 fields, means 21 columns. Even if that is not coming, you please count 1, 2, 3, 4, dot, 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 dot. It says so many number of columns to exist. Okay, but what is more important, right? Those who are not able to see this part, don't worry. You are able to see that over here. You see a hash at the top, which means it is a number. That column contains number, numerical data. ABC, you see, what is ABC? It's a text, right? So whatever you see here is considered as a text data, string. Okay. Next you see here, this means what? This is a date. What you see here is date. Next is date, and so on. You can see, you can keep checking all the various types of data, right? What I showed earlier are also present here. That's why I told, hold on, you will be able to see that again. Okay, so orders means from which country. Country means it is a geographical area. Yes, I am able to see that, right? Orders from which city, which state, which postal code. You see, postal code is actually a number, but right, the Tableau identifies that as it is not a simple number. It has to do something with the geographical locations, right? So intelligent it is. Then, right, go ahead, right? Anything new comes up, we'll stop. Otherwise, that's all. So everything, numbers, the price, quantity, discount, profit, etc. They are the numbers, so it identifies that as hash. Okay, so this is what I want you to understand here, right? So whatever we had discussed yesterday, I'm just trying to show you that, okay, whatever we discussed yesterday is there. This is true. Okay, so that's the first step. All right, everybody with me?
Yes, sir. If
Yes,
in
Ruchi.
any case there are numbers and string all together, like in the customer ID, so it will be taken as a string.
Yeah, so normally string in the sense characters are actually higher type of data types compared to the numbers. So everything will be upscaled to the next level in the sense string, and in Python you might have seen the same thing, right? So if you club the numbers with the characters, right, it will be upscaled to the character. So number, you are doing an operation number and in the sense integer and float, it will get automatically upscaled to the floating type, right? Do you remember that? So same thing is
Yes.
that. Okay, sure. All right, so let's say this is what is going to happen. I still have not come to the sheet part. Still, just I have loaded my data and I'm able to do so much of visualization. Okay, fine. So I'll move ahead. I'll go to the next step, right? So everything here we are familiar. Whatever is required, I try to brief it up. Okay, whenever required, we'll come back. We'll do other things as well, such as unions and so on. So don't worry. So let's move ahead and click on the sheet. Okay, everyone click on the sheet. Now you should be able to see right on the left side. Everything should be present, right? Everything will be visible over here. So there were so many number of columns, and from our basics, right, whatever, right, I taught you yesterday, I mentioned one thing that, right, automatically the Tableau divides your columns, right, into dimensions. The first one, for the first name is dimension, and the second one is called as a measure, right? What is the difference? Anybody who recalls what is a dimension and what is a measure? Yeah, please answer. Which is independent?
So dimension is independent and measure is dependent.
Is dependent, correct? So we are expecting what are the variables, right, that can be put along the x-axis, right, is what you call as an independent, right? Normally we expect discrete values like like a name of the country, right, name of the states, name of the city, etc., right? Or the various dates. On this date how much sales, on next date how much sales. So many, those are what we expect as the independent variables, right? And with respect to a particular independent variable, if you are able to measure something, or if you are able to plot something as a function of your independent variable, we call them as dependent variable, and the dependent variable is called by Tableau as measure, correct? It's a measure. You are measuring something with respect to the dimension, right? So hope you are able to recall that. Now you can see on the left hand side that there are two different categories, right? So color wise also you should be able to identify. There is a line here. Above this line everything is blue color, and below that everything you see, right, corresponds to it's actually in the green color. Okay, so what do you think? Which is, so look at the name, right? Look at the name of each of the people, and you should be able to identify which one is a dimension and which one is a possible, right, measure, right? So just give me a color code, because don't type the names on the chat, right? What do you think? The blue colored is what, dimension or measure? So blue, you answer, you
The
give me answer.
dimensions. The dimensions.
Okay, so blue color is what you expect as dimension, right? So below you have numbers. In the sense, number means you are using it for plotting, right? So also, if you remember the last slide of my previous session, there I had given one more general idea. The general idea says that dimension will be normally text. If you see the names, if you see the whatever is here, you see here the blue color, the category will be a name, city will be a name, country will be a name, customer name, already it's a name, right, etc. You see, right, most of them are names. Again, my point clearly said that most of the time it's not necessary that I find some of the numbers over here, See, row ID, it's a number, right? Numbers might come over there, but generally we say that if you find the text, right, there is a highest chance that that is going to be a dimension. At the same time, a measure is usually a number, right? So you see, you come down, so you can see here discount, profit, quantity, sales, etc. Everything is a number over there. Okay, so that's this again. This is what the Tableau identified, right? So does it mean that I cannot change it? No, absolutely not. You can change it. How to change it? So you see that, okay, one of them has been wrongly written, which is actually a measure, and it has put up into a dimension. Let's see. You will identify that. It's nobody is perfect. You cannot expect a software to be very accurate, right? So there is a possibility. If that happens, what do? Right? Let's say row ID. You simply take it out, bring it down. So when you do that, you can see that above that line is dimension, below that it is measure. It already says. So simply drop it. So you see it came down. Okay. Again, it's optional, right? You can definitely change if you require. So as I told, somebody asked yesterday, right, a question about that, right? I think some question related to this was there, right? So now I have an answer. I am justifying that, right? You can. It is optional, right? Automatically, there is a facility that Tableau separates out your columns into dimensions and the measures. That's all. It is optional. It is left to you to proceed further, use it as it is, or make changes according to you. Say that no, it's not a measure. I want it to be a dimension. I'll change. You can do that. Okay, fine. More options are coming, but anyway. So when you don't want to do this modification, simply Control Z. Everything is right back to the normal. Okay. So that's
One
one.
question. So one question.
Yes, sure, please.
Only numbers can be changed if from this dimension. Those are numbers only. They can be shifted for two measures, or anything
No,
can
if
be.
required, you can move. You can move. You have the
Oh.
freedom to. Okay.
Oh.
Right. So again, what I repeat. So whatever classification automatically has been done by the Tableau, it is just optional. It is saying that this is how I identify. But if the user wants to change it, he is the ultimate person, right, to decide what has to be done, because I am the one who is going to do the visualization here, right? So, right. So just understand that point. Okay. So according to that, right, this is the first part, that wherever you see a data, right, that actually consists of the full set of fields that are present in the data which we have loaded. Okay, I hope that is clear. Any doubt with respect to that, please ask. Otherwise, let's proceed further. Okay, so moving ahead. Now, we'll look at the various options that are present over here. So yesterday, when I was discussing about the desktop UI, the same layout was, I had showed the same layout. And I actually have mentioned some of the points here, which I try to highlight here. So this complete row is what we call as the toolbar. Okay, some of the toolbars some of the options in the toolbars I am going to use today. So what are there, what exactly is present over here? As of now, don't worry, it's called as toolbars. You can see go back, go ahead. Those are the two things which I have used so far. I can actually, right, this is undo, this is redo. Okay, so whatever I have done just now, I moved something back from I think I moved something between the measures and the dimension, right? So I can undo that if I go back or go ahead. So move ahead and go back. Okay. Yeah, so there's a question, theory basis, can you suggest us any site to? Yes, I'll give, when I give you a material, there will be a link which you can use as a reference. Okay, you can go to that site and you can, yeah, you can refer. All right, I'll be sharing that as well. So fine. Now you see, this is what we call as the toolbar. So the data which has been selected, whatever you see here, it's called as the data pane, right? It's the same name which we have used earlier. Then the bottom one is actually the workspace, right? Where you are going to work. You are going to work with a single data. You're going to work with the, single visualization, multiple visualization, dashboard, or are you going to generate a story? right? So that's what happens over here. So this, the region which you see as a sheet, right, is the place where I'm able to generate, I will be able to generate and do a visualization. Okay, soon we are coming back. So before that, so there is what is called as a marks, right? So this is the one which we are going to use to tell which color I want. What is the size of the graph I'm expecting? Do I need any text? You see the names here, right? You see various names here. So those are the parameters which I'm allowed to change. So it looks just 5 various options, but those 5 options can do wonders, right? So I'm going to demonstrate that. Okay, there is a detail, right? So detail is also going to be used, but maybe at a second half, not immediately, because detail is not a basic step. It's actually slightly advanced step, right? Then we have a tooltip. Tooltip is the one which suggests what I have a graph, what should happen when I move a cursor over there. That's what is going to happen with the tooltip. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate that as well. All right, so that's what is a mark. Then you can see a filters. Remember, there is a function called filters. You can apply, right, filter on your data and visualize whatever data points that pass through the filter, like marks more than 10, right? Only the marks more than 10 will come and you will be able to get a visualization, something like that. Okay, then there is another option called pages. Again, right now I'm not going to touch that part. Okay, we'll visualize that later. And the other very important part is the shelves. 2 shelves are there. One is called as a column shelf, and another one is called as the row shelf, right? So you have these 2 options. All together you call it as column and row shelves, right? Now you see, right, what is a column? What do you expect, right? What I want along my columns, in the sense, if I say x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, right, the x equal to 1 means there is a column. X equal to 2, something comes as a column, right? X equal to 3, something comes as a column. So I have seen few of my students getting confused over here. It says columns, but when I select something and put over there, that becomes my x. I repeat, right? Whenever I bring a parameter and I say that this is my column, that actually becomes your x-axis. Okay, just understand. I'm going to demonstrate immediately, but let me give the explanation. Similarly, when I say rows, rows are where? Rows are 1 by 1. That means as you change a row, what exactly, which axis changes? I'm getting a values along my y-axis. Row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, row number 4 means what? You are moving along which axis? You are moving along the y-axis. So whatever you bring and put it over there as a row, right, of your graph, that becomes your y-axis. Okay, so just hold on. I'll come to the exact demonstration in just maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so remember the names. They are called as shelves. Okay, column shelf and another one which is the row shelf. All right, so what comes
So
as
column
row,
is
what
equals,
comes as column, you just have to remember. Yes, Gaurav.
so column is x-axis and row is y-axis.
Rows becomes y-axis. Whatever variable I say that I want this as a row means it's going to be a y-axis parameter. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, any doubt? Any doubt with whatever we are discussing right now? Do you have any doubt? Any doubt so far? No doubt? Okay. Now, I'm going to start with the visualization part, but I'm not bringing a graph all of a sudden, right? Just look at what I'm trying to do now. I will select a particular parameter, say the region. Okay, I'll select a region and I'll bring everything. You don't have to do any programming. Okay, simply bring it and put it into the column. Right? So you select the region and bring it into the columns. You see what is present in the blue color, right? What is that? What is in blue color?
Dimensions.
Dimensions, right? So
Dimension.
dimension means I actually have to put it along which axis? X-axis. Correct?
X-axis.
What is my x-axis? A column. So initially you may have little bit of confusion, right? Just to get adjusted to this concept. Okay. So you just have to think what is a dimension, what is a measure. So dimension means I have to put it along x-axis. So I take it, everything is drag and drop. Okay, very simple, right? If at all you don't want something, right? I'll show you if I don't want what I'm supposed to do. I don't want region. So you have option, you can click over there and select remove. You have a remove option, right? So simply click on this one, you will see a window popping up. Okay. If that is not happening, simply take it away, right? And somewhere here it says X, just leave it, it's gone. Okay, simply drop it somewhere which it says X in the sense you are dropping it on. Okay, I'll bring it back because I need the region as a column. Okay, as soon as I bring it over there, the sheet says, right, there are how many columns? 4 columns, right? In the sense the region actually takes 4 different values: central, east, south, west. And values are not printed. That is because I'm not saying that what I want to measure over there in east, west, north, south, whatever. What I'm supposed to measure, I have not mentioned, right? Because I didn't mention what I'm plotting, what I want to see. Correct? Are you okay with that? Okay. So now I'm bringing that into picture. But before that, just observe. It says ABC, ABC, ABC. That means whatever you brought in, that actually is a text. Is it okay? Yes. Okay. So let's move ahead. Now, what I want to do is, let's say, I'll bring the y-axis into picture. Okay. So I'll try to bring the y-axis. So let's see how I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring maybe I'll try to bring which one? Maybe I'll try to bring the sales. Can you see a sales over there? Right? I'll bring the sales. Is it okay? Region wise, I'm able to see. Right? I said that region is my x-axis. What are the 4 options you have? According to the data set, it will show the values present for the region. Earlier it was showing there are 4 different values. Correct? Now, my intention is I just want to make sure that I visualize, right, the various values that are present. So, right, if you bring the cursor over there, it says west, that is the value. Sale value, right? Again, you see it is showing the sum always, because in the west region you may have many items that you have sold, right? By default, it will perform what is called as an aggregation. The default aggregation is the sum. Okay, sum of the sales, because I brought the sales over here, it will always calculate a sum of the sales. Is it okay? Right? Just take your time, no problem. I'm not going to rush here, right? So the south region, when you bring your cursor over there, it tells what is the total sales at that region. Next, east and central. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
this is the result part. So graph is coming. This is the result part.
Yes.
When agar I see the again region, which parameters is available in the my region, I see again and some changes. So where is the option? Where I see?
You want to remove the region from this graph?
Okay.
You may have to remove,
No.
and you want to put something else, means you remove this and put something else over from the left
Okay,
side
okay.
pane, whatever you see, you can bring anything
Yes,
and
sir.
you can.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So now you see,
Thank you.
right?
Hello.
Yes, Devendra. Please go ahead.
Sir, can we change the graph design like pie or something?
Coming to that. Okay. So we are still at a very basic level. I'm coming to that. All right. Now, right, one very simple option here is that simply go to this automatic, right? Since you asked the question, I'm trying to give a shortcut answer. Simply go for a line. Maybe that's the quickest answer which I can give, but this is not what I suggest. Okay, so you have an option here, right? So I go back to automatic. So when you click on that, you get a lot of options there, right? Select the appropriate one which you think you want. Right? This is what is the quickest answer for, right? But anyway, I'm not suggesting. Okay, so we got that, right? And now let me go to the sales, right? When you click over there, when you click on this arrow mark, right, you get some options, right? You have you can perform, you can make it a discrete, right? You can make a discrete, but graphing is, if it is possible to make a graph, it will make a graph. If it is not possible, it will not. Okay, so I'll go back to the continuous. Right, so that's another option, but more interestingly, you can go for the sorting option, right? You have ascending, descending, right? Anything you can do. You don't have to go for any type of program. That's what is a very interesting part here. Okay, right? Please take your time, look at that as well. Any doubt? So if you don't want, please click on that and clear the sort, right? You have an option, whichever variable you used for sorting, click on that and you will see an option that clear the sorting, right? That cancels the sort and brings your original visualization back in place.
Sir, how we can bring original?
Click on, see, I actually have performed like this, right? So that means I used region. You can see the region actually gets an indication saying that it has been modified. So click on that, you get an option saying that clear sort. Somewhere below you see clear sort. Click on that, it will remove the sort.
Sir, remove option is there.
Not remove. Read it carefully, one by one. Somewhere
Clear sort.
Clear sort, yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
sure.
सर ये जो रीजन है उसमें जाके हम लोग क्या डाटा स्ट्रक्चर को चेंज कर सकते हैं क्या?
No, you cannot manipulate any of your data. Data processing has to be done before. Okay, this is just a visualization tool, and we expect data to be in a perfect format before you do the visualization. Because already we know the EDA part, etc. Right? We know that data has to be in a specific format before I visualize. Okay. So if you remember the matplotlib, seaborn, etc., you could not do the data manipulation using them, right? What you can do is simply visualize. Okay, now we are dealing with only the visualization part. You cannot touch the data that is present over there. Okay, you cannot modify. String cannot be converted into any other format. Int to float to any other format. No, that is not possible as of now. Okay.
And sir, I want to remove that column. So what I need to do then?
Which column?
Whatever we have added now, now column we have added as a region and rows we have added as a sales.
Yes.
Suppose instead of region, I want to add different.
I'm telling you. So just simply click on that. It will say there is a remove option. Simply click on that. At the last, you can see remove. Right? I remove. Okay. So I remove, and now I'll bring say a different one. Say quantity. Let's see. Now, and I'll make this as a discrete. Can I see something? No, Then I'll change maybe this. No, it's not happening. Okay, don't bring this quantity. Okay.
We have to take from the dimensions.
No, I'm trying to show you something else. So that's why I'm trying to make a difference. Okay. All right. And let me make it discrete. Right. So this is what I want to show you. Right. So it's not always true that you have to select something, right, as per the rule which we have discussed. What is the dimension and what is the measure, right? It's a general rule, but you can make a modification like this. You see from where I brought the quantity is actually present in the measure, right? From a measure I'm bringing the quantity over here. So just see, in the when I brought it here, it may not be the proper one, right? So click on that arrow and you select, you make that as a dimension, make the quantity as a dimension, because when you click on that you can see that dimension, attribute, measure, etc. are visible, right? In the window which that pops up, when you click on the quantity, right, you will see these options. Normally it is present as a measure, convert that into a dimension. Okay, so please do that first. I want to show you that you don't have to stick to that rule which we discussed earlier, right? Dimension has to be this, measure has to be this. No, you can change. That's what I told, right? I told you, you are the boss here. You can decide what you do. So that facility is there. Complete freedom has been given to the user. So what I did, I brought something from the measure and I put it in the position of a dimension. That is my column. But only thing you need to change is that you have to tell that this is actually a measure, but make that as a dimension for me. Very important. Okay, simply do that. Keep the sales below as it is. No problem. You see, you get this graph. Okay, just give me a hint that you are able to do that in the chat box. Okay, once you are ready with this, I'll proceed further. So this is an indication that you can convert measure into dimension as well. Okay.
Sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, in quantity, I have put dimensions, right? So I have to select dimension.
Yes.
And in sales, what I have to
don't change. Don't change anything in the sales.
Okay, but it's showing lines, not like this, like blocks.
Okay, then I'll suggest something. By default, in ours, it has been converted into this. So once again, click on the quantity, that arrow mark. And when you come down, you will see that there is an option called discrete. I think you have a continuous which is being selected. Change it to discrete.
Yeah.
Okay, so that solves the problem.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, continuous means every point will be connected. Discrete means individually it is going to show. So now what you are seeing on the screen is, on your y-axis you have sales. Okay, so that is what I have selected as rows, row wise, that's the value. And at the bottom you can see I have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That actually quantities. One single quantity, how many people have purchased. So that is what is there. When you select on one, it says that 53,252. How many people have selected single items? How many purchasers are there who purchase 2 items together? How many are 3, and so on? As you see, numbers more than 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 are pretty much less. Okay, but 2 to 6, 2 to 4, or 2 to 5, maybe they are highest. Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Excuse me, sir. When I drag this quantity over the columns shell, it is giving me the sum quantity.
Okay, so you simply have to click on that. Okay, click on this arrow mark and select dimension from that, because it is in the measure. You need to convert that into dimension.
Okay, but now, sir, I'm getting some other graph.
Graph. So you once again go to the same thing and select discrete, because it is selected as a continuous one. Convert into discrete. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes. Please go ahead.
How can save this graph?
How to?
How can save this graph?
I'll come. Hold on.
Okay,
Okay. We are just discussing
Okay,
various types of graph. We will discuss everything. Okay. All of your doubts
Okay,
will be
okay.
clear. Okay. Don't
Okay,
jump to something which is going to come in future. All right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, I have one small doubt. Sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
I
Manish.
have actually placed the quantity in the column side and done the same, sir, the way you have shown. But
Okay.
I'm not getting any graphs, sir. I'm not getting these bar graphs.
You click
These
on
bar.
the quantity. Okay. Click on the
Okay.
quantity. Select dimension and discrete. Two things needs to be selected. Okay. One is dimension, and from the same pane you select discrete.
सर टेबलू जो इमेजेस से हो रहे हैं, जो स्ट्रक्चर आ रहा है, तो ओनली हम लोग क्या उसमें विजुअलाइजेशन कर सकते हैं या उसमें मॉडिफिकेशन भी कर सकते हैं?
As of now, data manipulation is not a part which we are going to discuss under the tab. Okay, only visualization.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Okay, sir. Yes, yes.
All right. So let's move ahead.
Sir, by selecting dimensions, it will show the values, and discrete, what it will do?
It will make your quantity as a discrete quantity. Okay, because I want a what you call bar graph, right? Bar graphs are applicable for discrete quantities, not continuous.
Right.
All right. So I hope everybody is still here, right? Now let me remove this quantity, right? I will show you something else. Let's say I want to visualize. Say I want to go with the maybe I'll bring up the state over here. State-wise, let me visualize. So you see, right? Everything changes according to the state, right? What are the sales? Okay. Now I want to see which is a particular state holding the highest sales, right? Simply, okay, let me do this one. So you see, and anyway, if there is no space, something will not be printed out. Simply bring the cursor over there, you will see California. That's the state with highest sales. What is the amount? You can see that, right? At the same time, if you want to look at which state is the minimum, right? Simply do the reverse, come over here, right? You can see that North Dakota, only 920 sales. Very simple, right? With the simply by doing some clicks, you get the visualization as well as you can extract the information from there. Okay, please do this, and once you are done, we'll
sir, for making the ascending and descending, when I select that sort, and then I get two options: sorting order, ascending and descending. Then I select descent. Then it downwards it is showing clear. Why it is so?
No, don't go to that. I have not come yet to that yet, right? I'm still saying that only use these options, right? You select this for ascending, this for descending. Only whatever I have done, you can ask questions. Don't go beyond, don't go to the future and ask something question from there, because I have not yet reached there, right? If I try to answer that question, I'm wasting others' time. Okay, so I suggest not to do that.
Sir, please show from where you are making ascending and descending.
See on the, you can see the cursor, right, on the screen.
Okay.
Right. Simply click this or this. That's all. Very simple.
Okay.
Sir, where are you going? Ascending and descending in columns and rows?
You see here, you can see the mouse cursor, right?
Okay.
So one for ascending, one for descending. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Sure. All right. Let's move ahead. Now, let's bring some colors. By default, everything looks right, blue, blue color, right? Okay. Let me bring the colors here. But I have too much of data on my screen, right? Let me remove that. I'll bring back my region into picture. Okay. So let me bring the region into this thing so that it becomes very easy, because only I think 4 or 5 columns will be there, right? So now let me change the colors, right? So I can go to the color pane, right? Select a color. Randomly you can choose any color over there. So as soon as you click on the color pane, the window pops up and you have various colors possible over there, right? Simply I select green, you see everything changes to green. I select different color, everything will change to that. Okay, this is the first option and the simplest option. Okay, but what
color
if I
is
want
not changing.
various colors?
The
Sorry?
color is not changing in my case.
I have no idea, because click on the color pane comes up, select a color, it should change. That's what is expected, right? Normally that's what is going to happen. Please try again, right? Maybe that will do the change. You can see here, right? It's changing on my screen.
Yes.
I'm simply selecting various colors. It's changing. That's what I expect. Okay, please try. So if you are not satisfied with these set of colors, at the bottom you can see that more colors, right? So on the same color pane which opens up, simply select more colors. You get a lot of colors. Select anything from that. Okay. All right. This is the first option. Right. Now, what if I want to provide the colors depending upon something? Okay. For example, I can see that I have various regions. Each region I want to generate a color. So that means, look carefully what I'm doing here. I will select according to what parameter I want to give a color. Okay. So what I try to do, I'll select the region once again. Okay. I'm actually moving the region now. I have selected region and I'm trying to move the region, and I'll drop it over the color. In the sense, you are not going to drop the region to somewhere else. Simply drag it and drop it on the color, that small icon which you see for color, drop it on. Okay, so that means I'm saying that color my graph according to this parameter. What is that parameter? That parameter is region. According to region, provide. So it will, I understand that, okay, according to the number of regions you have a graph. You change the colors according to this. And on the rightmost side, you should be able to see what color is there for what region, right? So you can see that there is a region, right? The details coming up, right? So, right, it comes up. So this is another option. Okay, is this the only option you have? No, right? Okay, I hope everybody's with me. Yes,
Sir,
Manish.
can you please explain how we have got that bottom region once again? How we have got this different color?
Yeah. So you just have to select whichever parameter you want to use. For example, region. Okay, select that. Okay, select that, bring it over and put it over the color. That's all. Okay, here I can see a color, right? If I leave that over there, it simply comes up like this.
Right.
Okay, now I want to change this. I don't want region based coloring, right? I want to see the colors, right? Because different regions might have provided you different amount of profit, right? Because all the regions have not done the same business, right? You have somewhere you have profit, somewhere you have loss. According to that, I want to do the coloring. Is it possible? Yes, simply go to that where you see the profit. I see the profit, bring it, put it over the color. That means it will replace. It will replace the previous color format and it will update that. And you can see that on the right side, the details have been changed now. So, right, you can see a color map coming into the picture. So the lightest color is 39,706. That is the profit, minimum profit. And on the rightmost side, you can see the darkest color is 108, 408, right? So 108, 418, that's the amount. So you can see the darkest one shows that's the profit, right? So profit wise coloring is also possible, right? So light color, less profit, dark color, bright. Yes, I'll repeat. So if at all you want any other parameter, you can select the parameter and bring it and paste it over there, right? Put it over the color. So I'll change it depending upon the sales. Bring it, put it over this thing. So you see it changed. Now it is according to the sales. Okay. Anything you want, you can change, right? So whenever you have a lot of parameters, it may not it may not become a very good visualization. For example, if you go to the city wise, there are many cities. If you bring it and paste it over there, it becomes a mess. Okay, so don't go with something like that, but simple ones, right? You can try. Okay, just to get a better idea over there.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Mr. Devendra, please go ahead.
Yeah, when we drag and drop to color, I think this color we got by default. Can we change this color?
Yes. Go to the color, you have option, but I am coming to that at a later stage.
Yeah.
Okay. You can do that. You can try now. All right. Sure. Okay. So that's the coloring option, right? Now, let me keep the colors back. Let me bring it back to the region-based coloring. I'll bring it back. So that looks nice for me. More colors are there. Even if you want, you can go with the increase, decrease, right? Whatever you want, you can do. All right. So let's say again, and I'll try to clear the sort. Let's say. Okay. So let's start from here. So the next concept I want to discuss here is the width of these columns. Whatever columns you have got here, can it be modified according to some parameter? That's the size. So for that, I'm going to look at what is called as the size parameter, which you see here, right? So color is done. Initial part of the coloring is done. We'll go to the coloring at a later stage once we come back in the advanced part, right? So you see, now I'm moving to the next part, that is the size. All right. In this size, this actually decides the size of your graph based on some parameters. Once again, I will move to the I'll move and I'll discuss something about the parameters. So based on the profit of each of the region, can I change, right, the size, right? So yes, the answer is yes. Let me bring the profit, and now I'm going to drop it not on color but on the size. See, it changed. So if required, you can use it. That's all. It's not compulsory that you have to go for this. Somebody may not like this. I want everything to be of same width. Most of the people will suggest that. Okay. So if you require, you can do this. You can see that the lowest one, right, has the least value, right? Least thickness. Thickness can be varied according to that, right? If you want, yes, you can. Okay, any doubt with this?
So can you please repeat how we have got this thickness option?
Thickness option, you have to bring it onto the size. Okay, now you see, right, you can see that the size here, what I'm using the profit to decide the size. So what I did, you go to the profit, drag it and drop it over the size. That's all.
Got it, sir. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, fine. Now, in the next part, let's go to the label, right? You can try various things on the size. Okay. Anyway, I introduced what it is, and you can do trial and error. Everything may not work. Some of them will work. Some of them will not work. You try. Okay. So I'll move ahead. The next topic that I want to bring here is the label. Okay. So what I do, I'll click on the label, right? As soon as you see, there is an option called show mark labels, right? You click on the mark labels, it will bring the values on each of those, right, graphs. So what I do, I'll try to eliminate this part. Some of the profit I'll remove because I want to keep everything, say, of equal size, right? So simply click on that, bring it down. There is the X mark coming up. You can leave it so that it vanishes out. Okay, so removing is so easy. Otherwise, you can click on that and you can select remove. Both of them are fine.
Just repeat.
Right. So
label part.
Yes, click on the label. A small window opens up, and over there you have an option called show mark label. Simply click on that. Click on that. The values will come up. Okay. On the top you can see 725 that comes up. But if I uncheck that, that is gone. The value you cannot see. Okay, simply click on that, the values will come. Okay, in addition to this, I have various other parameters as well, which I can decide by selecting the label part. Okay, so that is come below. So I have clicked the label, I have that window opened up. Below that you can see marks to label, not the first part, not the appearance part. Below that, appearance you can keep it automatic, no problem, right? And below that you have marks to label, right? So in marks to label, all will be selected by default, right? You just tell what you want. Normally, normally the min and max are what required. Minimum and the maximum. Why it is so? Because you change. Okay, let me change the visualization. Let me keep it like this. Okay, and I will go for the line graph. Whenever you have a line graph, normally we are interested in whatever is the minimum and what is the maximum. Correct. So in order to get that kind of visualization, you can go to the text label. The label part, you can click on that, and you will select min and max. Okay, min and max means it will show only the minimum and maximum. All right, other values will not be shown. So minimum you get a value, maximum you get another value. Only those will be printed, others will not be printed. Okay, try that.
Minimum and maximum value where? So please, today is the internet very slow.
No problem, I'll repeat. You go to the label, yes. Right? When you click on the label, a window will come up. In that window, not the first part, slightly moved down, there is marks to label. There is a side heading like thing. Okay, there is a section called marks to label. In that you find all selected, highlighted, min, max. Right? Select the min, max.
Excuse me, sir. When we have sorted our regions, then how we can come back to the original position?
Original position. So now I have sorted. See the regions. I click on that. When you click on that, there is an option called as clear sort. Okay, click on that. It will come back to the original original order. Okay, is that fine? Now let me go back to the text level. I will make it all. So all means everything will be printed out. Now on this graph you can actually bring up various other components as well. For example, I want the region names to be printed over here, right? Along with the 725 this, though I have a west at the bottom, let me say I want something over there. So what you can do, go to that is actually region, right? So go to the region and bring the region and put it over the text now. Put it over the label. Okay, don't put it on the color, don't put it on the size, put it on the label. Just see what happens. Okay, so you can see that the name comes up over there. Okay, then I can try to bring another quantity over there, right? You see, you can bring two things. I brought the sum, I brought the sales from left, I put it over the labels. I also put the region. So region as well as the sales values are getting printed over there. Multiple things can be brought and put up over there so that can be displayed over the visualization. Okay, so you see the T here suggests that I have brought the region and put it over the label. I brought the sales and I have put it over the label. So because of that, I am able to get this. So my original data is still same. I am plotting region and the sales. That is what I have selected.
Hello, sir.
Yes, am I audible? Hello.
Yeah. Sir,
Okay.
sir, Sir, how this sum cell came, sir? Because yeah, this
I'll repeat.
south.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll do it again. So let me remove the sum sales. I remove that. I remove the region as well. Okay, now this is the normal graph which we got initially, right? Now my intention is that I want to visualize something here, right? I want to see, right, some names coming here, right? The best suitable names what I can find here is the region itself. So what I do, I bring the region and I put it over the label. So you see, region wise the names are coming over here. That this may not look fine for this particular graph because already at the bottom I have central, east, southwest. But anyway, I don't have any other option, right? So I'm bringing the same thing over here and trying to print. What if I want something more? I want to print the sales number, right? So you can bring that, right? Simply bring the maybe the sales, or you can even bring the profit, right? So bring anyone, put it over there. You see, along with the names, central, east, west, south, etc., you also are able to visualize what is the value, right, of that particular column. We will be able to visualize that in this particular fashion. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Now, I'll move one step ahead, right? You see, whatever that is being plotted here is the sum, right? In the sense, sum of the sales that took place in that particular region is what being plotted. Do I have an option to change this, right? Answer is yes. So simply go to the first one, okay? It says that sum of sales. Click on that and a window comes up. In that, so from the top, if you come down, you have measure, right? And it is already showing that so in the bracket after measure, it says sum, but there is an arrow mark next to that. So go to that and click on that. Now you see there is a sum selected. That's why it is by default, it is always sum. Now you have an option to change this to average, median, count, minimum, maximum, percentile, standard deviation, variance, many things are, right? So, right, if you require any change you want, you can select that. For the time being, I am selecting the average. So now the plot is changed to average value of the sales in that region. Automatically it will calculate and it will plot. You don't have to worry which equation used, what has been done, not at all required, right? So you can see that the south region has the highest average sales. Central region has the minimum average sale. Okay, so sum may be different, right? When you took the sum to plot that, you might have received a different, but depending upon what parameter you choose, graph will change. If at all you want to make a change, you can do this. Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, how you made change it from sum to average?
Once again, you see there is a sales, right? In the rows, click on that. When you click on that, a pane comes up, right? And in that, you go down and look at the measure, right? There is a measure entry over there, right? In the measure, you have an arrow mark. Click on the measure, you will see options saying that sum, average, median, count, minimum, maximum, etc. So you can change. By default, it is sum, right? Because most of the time people use sum itself. Okay, so that's why sum is the default option which is available. If you want to change, you can change. Okay, so I'm going back to the sum itself now. So my intention was to simply to show you that, right? This is how you change it. Okay, that's one thing. Now, let me do one thing. Let me remove this region part. I don't want this. I want to do something else. That is, I want to change this display value. You can see this number 501,240,678 something, right, etc. are actually the sum of the sales, right? Right? That's what is being displayed over here. I want to change that. I don't want to change my data set. I simply want to change that. So that is also possible from here, right? So from the text, whatever is being displayed over there, I can change it. So go to click over there, right? Click on this part. Again, you see a window coming up, and in that window, again, you have a measure. You simply change it to whatever parameter you want. You see, I change it to the average. In the sense, graph remains same. I'm not changing graph. Graph changes only if you change over here. The sum of sales, the row field, if you change, only the size of the data will change. Now, the graph is still same, but I'm trying to print out there what is the average value of the sale of that particular column. You see the difference, right? You are understanding the difference between what I am trying to change. Only the number which is displayed over there is changing. Nothing happening with the graph. Okay, so the average value you can see, though this particular column is not tall, it is very small. You see the average sale is very high, 241. See, this is highest, right? But the average is 226. That's what I have chosen to print over, right? So multiple, instead of having a visualization and the value corresponding to that visualization being plot over there, you have the option to change this. So how do you change this? You have to come to this part, right? You have to come to the marks region and make the changes. Okay, so please try that. I'll give, say, 1 minute of time for everyone. Those who are lagging, those who are behind, please come to this level and then we'll continue. Okay, so I'll change back to sum so that original data itself is plotted. So I'll show you how to do that. So click on this, right? You will get a pane, go to the measure part and change it. Now I'll change it to median. So I'm printing the median value over there. You can change anything, right, according to what you want to display.
Excuse me, sir.
Please go ahead.
So one question on the left hand side on sales, there is a division of 200 unit, like 200, then 400, then 600.
Yes.
When I'm doing, I'm just getting 100 gap, 100K gap. So 100 to 100.
We have an option to change that. I'll come to that later. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So by default, whatever is there for your system, it is showing as of now. How to modify? I'll come. Okay, come to that later.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, how we can mark this x-axis label on the bottom of the figure? Is there an option, sir? Like region is written on the top side of the figure.
Okay. What do you want? Can you come back again, please?
Sir, I want to label the x-axis at the bottom of the figure. Like the region is written on the top side. I want just it at the bottom of the figure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We have option to modify all this. I'll come to like the axis. We can go to the labels as well. We'll come to. Okay.
And one more thing is that like we have written the sales mean, median, or sum of the sales on the each top of the each bar. So can we specify a legend type of thing that we can describe that this is the sale, this particular quantity?
Okay, quantity wise you want to bring it, right? Okay.
No, sir. Like here in this figure you have written this sum of the sales at the top of each bar.
Okay.
So how we can know that this is the sum of the sales? Is there any legend type of thing that we can add in the figure to mention that?
No, legend. In the legend you cannot do that. So you have only option to look here. Okay. Only that's the option, right? So according to your need, you will change that. Okay. So while you give a name, you have an option. I'll come to the naming part later, wherein you can give a name instead of the sheet, right? You can see that. So there you can mention, right, the average value of this versus something like that. You can give. Only that's the way how to do this. Okay. All right. So is there any doubt? Any other doubt? Okay. So let's come to the label and let me do something. Okay, let me try out something first. Okay, so let's do this. So in the next part, anyway, I already have answered this part when somebody asked, right? What is the quickest way to change the graphs, right? I'll come to that now. So you see, automatic is selected. When you click on this arrow, a window comes up, and you have options like by default, it is automatic. So bar is the one which plots the same thing. If you change to line, you see it changes. Okay. So similarly, you check others, area, right? You check the squares. Every data point will become a square. Like that, you have options to change this to circle, right? Change this to various shapes, right? Etc. So by default, whatever is available, it will show. It is again a quickest way to get other options, other simple graphs. Okay. So just try few of them. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to come back from shapes to automatic. So whichever is the best suitable graph will be brought up over here. Okay, so you go to the mark from that automatic option, you click over there, you get options, what are the quickest possible graphs available for this data. It suggests you click over there and you can change it. Okay. All right. Any doubt with whatever we have discussed so far? Please feel free to ask. Otherwise, we will break out for a quick tea break.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please go ahead, Devendra.
So basically, in column we have put one data, basically regional related. Can we put like many data?
Yes.
And
yes,
in
yes.
column
Many
and row
things are
also.
there. You can put. Okay, I'm coming to.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, sir.
We'll be discussing.
Okay.
All right. Any other doubt? Okay. So we'll take a quick tea break. Welcome back. We were discussing about various options we have whenever we try to plot and get some visualizations from a data set. So far, we were discussing the basics and the basic options that are available with simple graphs. Right now, we'll move one step ahead and we'll use what is called as a filter. Okay, so you can see that there is an option called the filter, right? I need to bring some things over there just to say that based on what I want to filter out something, right? Okay, so let me go to the data pane and let me select, say, yeah, let me select the region itself because region is already there. So what I want to do is I have so many columns being plotted, right? Out of which I want to select some of them. I don't want all the 4 regions. Maybe I want to remove. I don't want one of the region to be plotted. This is what is my question, right? How do I do that? So it means it comes under the filtering part. You have to filter it out. So go to the region and put it into the filter. Okay. So I repeat, select the region from the data pane and drag it and drop it inside the filter, right? Whatever you see. As soon as you do that, right, you will get another window coming up saying that filter region. Okay, so right, let's see that we have a window coming up. In that, it says that, right, various options are there, like a central, everything will be ticked by default because that's what I see. Right? Yes, let me finish, I'll repeat. Okay, right. So how to do that? Select region from the left side data pane, bring it and right, put it inside this filter region. Okay, drag it, drop it, one window comes up, simply say apply. Okay, so how to make the changes I'll tell you later. Right, so simply apply or you can set OK. Right, now you see, once I do that, I can see the region has been added to the filter.
Sir, could you please repeat where to apply?
Okay, so let's remove this. I remove this. Okay, I remove that. I just drop it. It's gone. So I'll repeat from the beginning, right? So see region, I select, I right, put it over here. As soon as you pick, one window opens up. Don't do anything. Simply go to OK. At the bottom, you have OK option, right? Simply click on OK. Right? As soon as you do that, you will be able to observe that this is what is going to come.
Okay.
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 So far, fine. So I go to the question now. Why filter? Right? So there's a question. Why do you want to use a filter? I want to select something from my graph. I don't want everything to be visualized. I want to select something. Okay. For selection, you use a filter. Okay. So filtering is based on what will be a question, because previously you might have seen I have used coloring based on some parameter, right? Based on the region, I select color. Based on the sales, I might have select the size of your graph, right? Based on something you selected, right? What is the text that you want to be printed on your graph, like that, right? I hope that is fine. Now you see here, right? Yes. For selection of something, you can use filter. But now I'm giving an example, right? I want to select only one of the two or three regions out of it. How do I do that? I'm showing you that. Okay. So to select something from whatever you have based on some condition, you can apply the filters. Okay. Right. Now,
excuse me,
yes.
sir.
So once this is done, yes,
Excuse
please
me,
go
sir.
ahead.
Sir, due to my bad internet connection, I got disconnected, sir.
Okay.
So can you please show that filter region option one more time?
Yeah, sure. So I'll just remove this region. Okay, so just see that those who have not followed, just remove this and go to the region, right? Bring it, drop it over here. A window pops up. Simply click OK on that. Okay, so you get this part. Now I want to select something from this, right? So for that reason, you have to click on the region, and in that you select show filter, right? There are many options, right? Simply select show filter. So as soon as you click that, you see that on the right side, if something you can select, that's what comes up, right? All is selected, right? You deselect the all, everything will go. Now you select what you want, right? I want central, I want south, I want west. That's all. See, you removed one of them. Whichever you don't want, you can remove.
So how we have got on the right hand side? I'm not getting this region on the
I'll repeat. So region you click, right? Here you click and
Yes,
you
sir.
select show filter.
Okay.
Okay. So as soon as you click on that, right side you will get that small box saying that you select what you want to display. Okay. So I have selected central.
I'm not getting that. If I'm just clicking on show filter.
I'm not very sure, because that's what
right, sir. I'm getting that show me table. So show me different graphs are being shown on the right hand side.
No, not that. So you can see on my screen, right? So whatever I'm getting, this is what is expected, right? So I remove that, that's gone. When I click on show filter, I get that. That's all. Only this is the option I have, right? Even I know only that much, right? If there is some issue with the software side of the Tableau side, I'm not aware of that.
Got it now, sir.
You're getting?
Wanna try to click a show me button?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir, related to this.
Yes.
Sir, I'm able to. I've pressed show filter, so I'm able to see all these options. Okay. But I'm just trying to ask, like, what is the use? Like, when while using the filter, we want to like remove anything, so we can use that filter. That is all.
We are coming to the advanced filters at a later stage. Right now, just the introduction. Okay. We have applications, right, coming up based on some condition you can do it. Right now we are not applying the condition, we are doing at a very basic level, just introduction of what you can do with the filter, That's all. Okay, right? So this is what you can do initially, right? So you go to the filter and right, you can select the filter, and after selection, right, you can choose what you want to display, what you don't want to display. Everything is fine. So if you don't want if you want everything back, simply click on. And you don't want a filter, simply drag and drop it outside. You can see a X mark coming up near my mouse, right? So wherever the X comes on your screen, you can simply leave it, right? So that vanishes. So that's how you add a simple filter and you remove. Okay. I hope that is fine. Any doubt with this? Okay, now I'll move. So we were discussing everything with respect to this particular graph itself. Now let me move to a different graph and let's discuss something more about that. Okay, so simple graphs and modifying of simple graph, selection of a different type of graph is possible here itself, as you can see, right? So go to the March particular this one, you can change it and you can get a simple modifications in the graph, like the whichever graph you have can be converted into the line graph or various shapes, etc. can be. That's a simple version, right? Other version will come at a later stage. I'm going for a different graph. For getting that different graph, I need to change my, say, my self values. Okay, so what I do, I'll try to remove this. So simply I bring it, I remove that. Okay, I'll remove everything. I don't want any of them. Let's see, right? Everything is removed, right? Only the sales have been chosen, right? So you can see sales values, right? It says it's according to the rows. In the sense, every value has been plotted over, right? For a single column, all rows. Now what I do, I'll try to, maybe I want to visualize the discount. Okay. Again, since it is taking the sum of the discount, I have only 1 point. Sum of the sales, 1 point. In a sense, the whole graph is about, along my x-axis, I can see the discount. Okay. But it is taking the sum, right? So since it is taking the sum of all discounts you gave to your customers, somebody gets 5 rupees, somebody gets 10 rupees, somebody gets 100 rupees, etc. The sum is taken and it's a single one. That's why you can see only 1 point on the whole graph. Right? Why I'm getting 1 point? It is just because of that. Sum of the sales, total sales, maybe as you can see, it is more than 2000K. Right? So more than that value. So you can actually, I think you can visualize that. You simply click over it. So sales is that's the figure, and the total discount given is 1561. It's a single point, right? What is the use of this? I don't have any use, but I have brought this here for a purpose, right? So the purpose here is that I want to bring up what is called as a scatter plot, right? So as of now, since I'm taking the sum of the discount and sum of the sales, I get only 1. But yes, I can, right, bring up another concept that is called as a detail. As I told initially, I never talked about the detail part. The details I was not talking about because I told that's slightly advanced part, right? Now I use the detail in the sense I have sales versus discount, but I want to get the details of this. How much discount you gave, or what is the amount of sale, right? Give me the details of products. For which product, how much details have been provided, and what is the amount of sale for that particular product. So I can actually look at the data pane, and I think I will have what is called as, maybe I can use product ID. Let me see, right? Product wise, I want to get the details. So what you are supposed to do, same old concept. You want to change the color, bring it and put it over the color. Now I'll bring it and I'll put it over the detail. Okay, something comes up, we'll look at the details later. What changes, what exactly is meant by this graph, we'll see that later. Don't worry. So now you see I'm able to get a what do you call a graph. This is what is called as a scatter plot. Every x versus y, whatever point you have, you point out. So you can see that if I click over here, it actually has a product ID, right? What is that product ID? I have to go back and check the complete table itself, right? Complete data itself. But as of now, don't worry about that. We'll see. We'll analyze this in a different way slightly later. So for that, you can see that the discount provided is 4.7, and that product has a total sales of 19,025. So that is what is the meaning, right? Now you see, whatever details you ask, according to the product ID, give me the details of this graph. So a single point has been converted into a scattered data points, and the data points correspond to each of the product ID. According to the product ID, they have been changed. Okay, that's the first point, right? Everybody, please try this. If you have a doubt, please ask. Yes.
Sir, how we have got the shape option in the marks?
Automatically comes.
Then mine it is not coming up.
Do everything what I have done, you will get it automatically. Okay.
So can you please show it how we have got?
No. I have not done anything on this marks pane. Simply brought this, change the columns, right? Rows were there earlier. Simply do that and bring the product ID.
Sir, I've got the product ID but not getting this shape, sir.
Have you done this sum of discounts? Have you done that?
So can okay, sir. Fine, I will do it.
Okay. All right. Any other doubts? Now what I do, see, everything is of the same color, means you have less information, right? In order to understand more details about this, maybe you can use color as an option. So what I do, I'll go to, say, category. There are various categories in the data set. So I'll try to ask Tableau to give me colors according to the category. Right? So you can see that on the right side, you will be able to see what are the various categories of products that have been sold so far. So the blue color represents the furniture, the orange is for office supplies, and the red for technology related items. So everything is there.
So actually I've done that. So some I've made discount and some I've sales I made some. So I'm still not getting that option. I don't know why.
Okay, right, let's do it once again. So I'll remove the product ID, I'll remove this, I remove this. Now you can see it is not there, right, on my screen. What I do, I'll repeat the same steps again. I will go to the discount, I bring it, I put it over here. You can see it comes. I have not done anything. It has to come on your side. I'm not aware of what's the issue if you're not getting. Okay, so then what I did, I went to the product ID. I asked that give me the details according to the product ID, and I brought it into the detail part so that I got this. So after that, what I did, I'm asking, right, Tableau to give me the colors according to the category, right? I bring it and I put it over the color, so I get the colors. Okay, so far so good.
Yes, sir.
Now let's try to analyze this graph. You see, right, I can see that. Let me consider one of the points. The point which I'm talking about is this point. It looks like an outlier for us, maybe, right? It's an outlier, but let's look at that. So this is a technology related product, some product ID, don't worry. See, the discount provided is less and the sales is very high. Is it practical data? Can anybody answer that? Is it a practical scenario?
No, sir.
Please repeat it.
So my question is that I can see that when I can see something like an outlier on my graph, I just look at the details, right? Remove the, don't worry about the category, don't worry about the product ID. It says that compared to the overall discount you have, you see this product, right? It says the
Yes.
discount amount is 6.4.
Yes.
And right, you see that sales is very less, like just 165 items have been sold. But right, you can see here this particular the data point says that discount given is 0.6, sales is 61,600, right? So my question is that is it a practically valid thing? What do you think? What's your view on this? Is my question.
Sir, valid?
Is it a valid data? Is it a practical scenario? Right? Like
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
It has to be practical, correct? Because you observe the same thing in the market. You observe the Flipkart, right? Whichever is a hot seller, nobody will give you a discount for it. Or even if the discount is there, it's very less, right? So most of the time, this again, what information you get from the plot is what I'm trying to explain, right? Again, you can do the analysis in various possible ways. This is one thing which should flash in your mind whenever you see something like this. And sometimes in the data analysis, in general, I'm not particularly about this particular graph or this particular concept. Generally, when you do the EDA part, we see a point which looks like an outlier, something like this, right? So before eliminating that, you have to do a analysis. That's what is the conclusion that we can draw from this thing. Because otherwise, no points are close to that. That looks like an outlier point. But once I do the analysis, I understand that yes, this is something which is real. Okay. Same thing happens with this also, right? So product is not, you are not selling that product at all. You see, you give highest discount for it, right? 6.4. Everything is in dollars, I guess, because US data, right? But still, right? It's a practical data which we can understand. Okay, I hope that point is clear. Let's move ahead with the plotting part. Okay, so far everybody is still here, right? Everybody's okay with this. Now, I can see a new thing.
Hello, sir.
Came up here, which is a shape. Yes, Mr. David. Please ask your question.
Sir, suppose I want to check particular one category product like discount and sale. How we can check, sir? Because
you want only one category, right? Use a filter.
Yeah, one category.
Use a filter, right? In the filter, you bring the category over there as a filter and select. Okay, so that's what we discussed earlier, right? So very similar concept. There we did filtering with some other parameter. You bring whatever you want. Okay. Yes. Right. So now this is what we are looking at right now. That is the shape part. Okay. In this particular shape, now can I bring the colors are there. Various colors are there for various categories. Can I get shapes corresponding to that? So the answer is yes, right? Go to the category. Okay. Bring it that and put it over the shape. See the change, right? Furnitures will get circular shape. On the right hand side, you can see, right? Office supplies. Office supplies are rectangular. Technology becomes plus. Okay. Again, some more information is added, right? If you want to see that. Now, as somebody has asked the question, I am coming to that point itself. I'll bring the category into a filter. Okay, I'll say okay. You can see the category comes into picture. I will go to that and I'll say show filter. Same thing, whatever we have done so far, it's being repeated. All right. Are you okay? Everybody's following that till here? Have you added category to the filter? I hope everybody has done so far. Right? Added a category. Now you see, I want to see only one of them. I don't want to see everything. Right? What do you do? Select only that part which you are interested. Right? Remove this. Simply selected furniture. You see, you are able to visualize the details of furniture. So there is a furniture which has been added highest times, has been sold highest number of times with the discount of 1.6, and right, the sales is 21,871. So like that, you can actually see the various data. Okay, you can actually remove that. You see, office supplies, technology, etc. Okay, all right. But there is another very interesting feature. All right. So what I do, I'll select all. And I'll go for the highlight option. Like, see, in a sense, instead of applying a filter and removing the unwanted, you can highlight what you require. This is one feature which I mentioned earlier, saying that maybe in the yesterday session I mentioned that there is a feature called as highlight. I have a lot of data that has been plotted. You can select and you can highlight what you want. Others you can make it to look dull for you. So for example, right, how do you do that? I remove this. Now you see everything is there. So in the category related, right, this thing, you have an option to, right, like a pen over there. When you move your cursor over there, it says highlight selected item, right? Simply click on that. Okay, and select an item. So furniture selected, that will be highlighted. See, office supply selected, only that is highlighted, right? Technology selected, that is highlighted. Others are there in the background. Still you have those, right? This is the other important aspect. Okay, please try this.
Sir, please highlight option repeat.
Sure. So now this is the normal graph. Okay, whatever you see here, this is the normal graph.
Yes.
I come to right wherever I said that, okay, give me the different shapes, I come over
Yes.
there. Okay, even if you don't have it, you can do it anywhere. So even in the category part, you can do that. Okay, you can select, right? You can click on that pen. It says that highlight the selected item, right? So whichever you select, that will be highlighted. Okay. Anywhere you want, you can select. You can select even here. You can select over here. That's also. Okay, when you click outside that pane, it will come back. Everything will be plotted back. Okay, any doubt?
No, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, now I'll remove the product ID and I'll bring back, say, I want to get a different visualization. Say I will bring in the region. Okay, give me the details of region. How many regions you have? You have 4 regions. For each of the category, I should have 4 points ultimately, because I already mentioned that give me the colors and give me the shapes according to the category. Right. So how many regions you have? 4 regions, right? So I should have 4 points, right, for each of them. So you can visualize that. You click on this. This is the central region. Discount provided is that much. Sales is this much, right? Similarly, move to the other one. It is another category called office supplies. In the east region, discount given is that much, sales is this much. So you will be able to visualize 4 points for office supply. Similarly, you should get 4 more points for the other category like furniture. You see, furniture in the east, this was the furniture in the central, this is the furniture in the west, and you can see
So
the
why just
furniture
4
in
points?
4 regions, right? East, west, central,
Okay.
and this. Okay.
So it is showing that every region with with one category of furniture, office supplies, and technology.
There are 3 different categories, okay, and there are 4
Right.
different regions. So 3 into 4, 12 data points I'm supposed to observe. But since I
Okay.
asked color should be given for each of the category, so 4 will be of the same color, right? So 4 data points are yellow, 4 data points are blue, 4 are the plus sign, in the sense the red color. Okay. Also, I told that okay, category wise you give me the different shapes, right? Because of that you are able to see this one. Okay. Yes. Okay, like this, manipulate this, you keep exploring, right? You will be able to learn a lot of things from this. Everything, we don't have that much time to go in pretty much detail, right? So, but anyway, you will be able to learn a lot when you do a lot of experiment by yourself. Yes,
sir. Sir, suddenly I have some check the changes. My left side is coming the table of product ID, and this is not so. I think this format.
What you can do is you have an option to go back, right? So you can see here, if you have done something mistake, you can keep clicking this particular button over here so that you keep going back. Whichever is your best method, you can keep that. Okay.
Yes.
Keep
okay.
going.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sure. All right. So that's one option, right? Inside the scatter plot, right? You have these many things that are considered as basics, right? You can filter out, you can change the color, you can change the shapes, right, etc. This scatter plot is very important. That's why I'm covering that first, so that you know what all the things you can do with this, and you can, if you have a different data set with you, you can operate and you can make modifications and you can learn a lot of things. All right. So then the next thing which I want to discuss is okay, I have a sales. Okay, let me change everything. Okay, so let me remove everything. I don't want it. Okay, I'll modify. I'll remove, and I don't want this. I don't want this. Okay, let me start bringing the new things here. So let me say I'll select something which is not used at all. Okay, let me see what are the subcategories. Okay, I'll bring a subcategories, and category wise, because you see the categories over there, right? Various subcategories are there, right? Because main categories were there in the previous plot we saw, and now we have an option like right. Okay, I need something in the rows as well, right? So I'll go with the profit. Say category wise, I want to see the profit. All right. Okay, this is what comes in my graph. Maybe you get a bigger graph as well. Okay, so you can see that what category it is, what is a subcategory, and what is the profit. By simply clicking over there, you can see that. So I have selected the default color as green initially. So every graph comes with a green color for me. That's okay. All right. So everybody is still here. So you can see there are some values which are negative, indicating that you lost money over there. There is no profit. It's a loss. Profit is minus 17,725, indicating that it is a loss.
Welcome.
All right. Now, let me make it colorful. Just making you people to remember something. I bring the subcategory and I put it over the color. What happens? We expect various colors, right? Based on some other parameter also, we can give the colors, right? Like we did earlier, right? That's fine. Okay, so I move ahead. Now I'll try to bring, I don't want this coloring option, right? I want to say that based on, because I'm trying to plot what you call as based on the profit is what I'm seeing here, right? So what I do, I'm going to ask the Tableau that show me the color based on the profit, not based on the subcategory. So I'll just bring it over there. You see the color pattern changes, and on based on what color is right, what is the amount of profit, you can see on the right side. So here you can see, right, there is a small block giving the details of the color and the amount of profit. You can see this color, what you see here, right, is actually indicated by minus 17,725, indicating that it is a loss. So on the rightmost side, this dark blue color indicates that 55,618. So that is corresponding to a profit, right? Is that okay? Okay, right. Now I will move to the other colors option. Earlier I told that I am going to come to the color options.
About the step, subcategory 1.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat?
After, yeah, can you repeat this step?
The coloring option, right? Okay, right. Fine. I remove this. So there are no colors. So I'm asking the Tableau that give me the colors, right, according to the profit I get for, right, profit amount, right? So how do I do that? I select the profit, I bring it and I put it over the color. Okay, so colors will be formatted according to that. So wherever you have loss, that is this color. You can see on the in the details which you get on the right side, and the dark blue color corresponds to 55,618. That's actually for this block. You see, it's a subcategory called copiers, right? The copiers provided a total what you call profit of 55,618. At the same time, this is a table. The subcategory is called table that provided a profit of negative. In the sense, you lost money in this business. So another category is, right, bookcases. There also we have lost the money. Little profit in fasteners, and you can click on the other, right, subcategories to visualize, to look at what is the amount of profit you got or what's the amount of loss that occurred over there. All right. Right. Now we'll move on, right? Because this is the basic color pattern which is a default, but definitely everybody may not like, right? So there has to be an option to change this, right? So, and yes, we have that. So how to do that? So simply come to the color, right? As you click on that, you get a small window coming up. In that, you have an option called edit colors. Okay, please click on the edit colors. Another window comes up which says that edit colors corresponding to the, in bracket it will write profit over there, because I have given a color according to the profit value. All right, so in that window you have a option called palette. Click on that, right? Simply click on the palette whatever you have, right? And you see there is an automatic option which is by default selected. You have complete option to change this. Let me go for a red green value, and I say okay. Now you see red becomes the loss, the green becomes profit. You can change, right? So please try with this, change your options, right? Change the colors. Okay, and right, let me know once you are done with that. Please put your comments in the chat box saying that you have done that, right? When most of you are comfortable with that, I'll proceed further.
So I'm getting all green.
So,
None of
so can
possible.
you please,
You select a proper palette from there, red, green, or change any other color. Okay,
sir,
you will get.
Sir, if you don't mind, sir, can you please show how we are getting these different shades of green, like what you have actually used for getting?
Okay, I'll repeat. So what we have done, we will go to this particular option. Okay, that is called as color. All right, so when you click on the color, right, when you click on the color, you have an option called edit color. So click on the edit colors and you can see an option called palette. So in the palette, you have to select whichever color pattern you want. If you select only green, you see everything will be only green, but various shades of green. Okay. At the same time, I will select a different color now. So go to edit color. Instead of that palette, I'll change this to something like maybe black and red. Let's see. So you see black and red with various shades. Okay, so that's also possible. Change it, right? So just go to that edit colors, select various types of shades which are available over there, and you will be able to visualize that. Okay, so see, change it from the color palette. Okay, any doubt you have, please go ahead. No doubt. Okay, all right, so let's proceed further now.
Sir, actually, I've just pressed the color option, but I'm not getting, sir. I don't know why, sir. Can you please show it on your screen, sir?
Right, I am clicking on my screen, right? But that screen, I don't think you are able to visualize because, right, that's not getting shared on this Zoom window. I don't know why that's not getting shared, but you see, I'm clicking on this. I get a window that says edit colors. Maybe you can see only the cursor moving. That's a problem with the Zoom. I'm not sure how to resolve that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, then in edit color, assign palette, then, sir.
Yeah, there is a palette, right? Click on the palette. You see the another window popping up. Select a color from that.
Okay.
Right? You see, I'm changing the color now, right? It changes. That's all. Simply select a palette and click OK.
Sir, you're right, sir. Sir, actually, I'm getting that option to select the palette and to select the color, but I'm not getting these shades. So that is what I'm asking, sir. I'm not getting these.
Even I don't have such options on my screen, right? So I'm simply selecting this and I'm clicking OK. It changes. That's all, right? I don't have any other option to change the shades or something.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I think it will be available only when we have dragged that sum profit into the color window.
Okay, he has not dragged it. In that case, it may be the case.
Maybe,
okay.
sir.
Yes. Oh. Okay. So, all right. Let's move ahead. Right now, what I do, I will say I'll make another modification. I don't want the subcategory. I'll eliminate that, and I will bring in say category because I have only 3 categories. That is enough for. Okay. So you see, minimum is red, maximum is the green color. That's what is the color scheme which I have chosen. Okay, according to that, this is what I'm able to see. Okay, now my intention is that somebody asks a question initially. I am trying to answer that question now, right? That is, can you add multiple things to the columns, right? So answer is yes. Now you see, okay, I added a category. I can add the subcategory now. So I'll bring the subcategory and I paste it after this. So what is the change that you're observing, right? You kindly note, this is the category. This is the other category. This is the third category. There were 3 categories. So category 1, which was there earlier with only red, has been split into its subcategory, which you can see here. Okay, so this is the category number 1. This is the category number 2. This is the category number 3, right? That is furniture, office supply, followed by the technical, right? Whatever you see on the top is the category, right? Now I know that each category has been divided into subcategories, right? I don't have any other option, right? By default, it is displaying here. Right? You see, subcategories of furniture, subcategories of office supply, subcategories of technology. Again, there is not enough space to display in my screen, but definitely when you bring your cursor over there, it will definitely tell what category it is. Okay, it is furnishing. So this is chair, this is bookcases, this is table. Okay, so same thing, move the cursor over there, though it is not printed anything here, you will be able to visualize. Okay, or if your screen is large enough, maybe you will get everything printed over there. Okay, my screen is not so large, my window is small, so because of which I'm not able to visualize everything printed over there. Each category name is not printed over there because of that. Okay, right? So just see this office supply, right? Everything, every subcategory wise there is a plot. So the profit is actually right. Now I'm getting more information about the profit category wise. So if I simply remove the subcategory, I'm not able to visualize that. I see only okay, furniture, office supplies, and technology. So out of which I can understand that technology provided the highest profit, furniture is providing least profit. But if you want to get more information about that, you have to bring right some more information saying that show me the subcategories as well. Okay, please try this. Once you are okay with that, let me know. We'll proceed further. Okay, so as we have done the so the original question was, can I bring more than one field into this, right? So when I already have added say 2, why don't you go for 3? Let's put another one and check what's going to happen. So I will not bring the one which has many values. I don't bring the what you call country, city, country, customer name, etc. I don't want to. Okay, let me put the one which has just few values. Okay, I think the region should be fine. Region has only 4 values. Let me put it. Let me check what happens. Yeah, fantastic. You see, this is actually the first 4 what you see here, right? This is the furniture region. Okay, that's the main category. The furniture is divided into 4 parts. There are 4 subcategories in that. Now I am saying that region wise give me the detail of the profit. So you see here, when I click on my first thing, it says that category is furniture, region is central region, and the subcategory is bookcases. You have lost money over there, minus 1998. So move further. This is again the same category, same subcategory, but region is changed. It is East region. Again you lost, right? Move further. Same category, same subcategory, region is changed, profit. Right? So like this, you can keep adding as far as you know what information you want to get from the graph, you can keep adding things to that, right? So you can keep on adding and it will get more and more details about this, right? So that is what is the conclusion we can draw from this particular concept. Okay, you can keep adding, right? So all the values you bring over there may not give you a clear picture, right? What is intended to understand. Okay, so I'll move further here. So just I will show that. Okay, my next category is office supplies. I can see the same thing happening over there. What is my subcategory? I can see there, right? So the subcategory under this case is art. So in art, you can see that, right? Little bit of profit in every region, right? Coming to the binders, you have loss in central region. Other regions are in profit. So in the west region, you have a huge amount of profit like that, right? So same thing, you can go ahead and you move further to technology part. You see that in the technology part, accessories are very much in profit, right? Copiers also giving you a profit, out of which I think one of the region is less, others are pretty much good, like that, right? So you can do the analysis throughout. Okay.
Sir,
Yes,
sir,
Manoj.
now I'm able to get that option, sir. I've corrected a few things. So I'm getting that option. Sir, I'm getting now whole green with the shades also of green. But if I want to add this red shade of the gloss, then how it has been added?
Yeah, it's in the palette. Select the appropriate palette from the color option. Color, edit color, select a proper palette. The palette which says that green and red, you select that, it will give the color.
Okay. Got it, sir. Got it.
All right. Good. Right. Inside this also, let me just remind you, these are the not only options. Whatever you studied earlier can be applied here. You can put a filter, you can select something, etc. You can do that. But I'll go with the quick one. So I can go with the sorting option. Right? Everything can be sorted according to your need. If I say that, okay, give me the sorting option, ascending, descending, right? Category wise, it will do that. Just a hint that whatever we have studied so far can be applied at each and every point, right? So we may not have enough time to do that each and everything for each and every new concept we study, but just remember that one point, right? Whatever we have been studying since the beginning of today's session can be applied for each and every graph you plot, each and every visualization you plot. You can bring filters, you can make modifications, right? Color options, size options, give a label for that, right? Look at a detail in various aspects, etc. Okay, just remember that. I just wanted to remind you that. All right, so that's one point. Okay, then let me move ahead. Let me see what else I can do. All right, let me go to okay. So okay, let me see. Okay, on this particular graph, I can see that there is a 20K, 10K, 0K, minus something written over there, right? So my intention is, I want to say that this is say this is money. This is maybe dollars. I want to print. I may want to print that. Okay. So it's called as a tick labels, right? Every time I have a tick, like the ticks are present at 0, 10,000, 20,000, minus 10,000, etc. Right? That's what is the details. That's what details you have here. Right? So how can I change that into, I want to say, I want to put the dollar sign over there. Maybe this is one option, right? So for that, just go to the rows, because I'm looking vertically means I have to look at the rows over the row cell over there. So simply click on that. Okay. So when I click on that, I can see that a small pop-up comes up. Okay. And I have an option called format. Okay. So that's the third option on my screen, right? Filter, show filter, and below that I have a format. Click on the format. Right? So on the left side, you can see, right? This is what comes into picture. So what ticks you want, you can select. What is the color of tick you want, you can select. If you see, as of now, I don't have any tick over there. As I click on the color black, you can see a black tick comes into picture. This is a tick, this is another tick, there is another tick, and so on. Okay, that's one point. And let me move below that. You can see here numbers written, right? So I'll select the numbers and I'll come to the currency, say standard, right? Custom is there. Anyway, I don't want to go to that level. I'll select the currency. Okay. And as soon as I select the currency, right, it says that, okay, let me check. Okay, let me not change that. So let me check whether I get something in the custom. Yeah. So go to custom so that I can bring a dollar sign. Okay. So in the standard, it will print everything. So you see that $20,000, $10,000, everything is written over there. If you are fine with this, you can keep it as it is. But let me show you some more level of modification. That is by using the custom option. Here you see you have an option to say that how many decimal places you want to keep. I'll make it 0. Okay, and let me say I want to go with the negative numbers like this. Let me suggest it that way. Okay, and you can go with the display units. Actually, on the same thing, you get a display unit option. So select thousands, that is K. Right, I'm selecting K. You want to go with others, you can. Now you see the change that is happening over there. Right, there is a dollar symbol printed. Negative number is with the minus sign. 10K. This is what I selected, so I'm able to see that. Right, you make some modifications in that and see what are the changes that's going to happen. Okay, so once you are done with that, right, simply click close the X mark, whatever you are going to see here, right, simply click on that, that will close it. So I actually
Hello, sir.
made the changes along my y-axis as per my requirement. Okay, yes,
Hello,
please
sir.
go ahead, Devendra.
How we got K, sir?
I'll okay. So initially what you did, you went for the profits, you clicked on the format, a format will come up, go to this numbers, right? Inside the numbers, I think now onwards you may not be able to see numbers. When I click, I have a currency custom, right? I clicked on the currency custom. As soon as I click on the currency custom, on the right side I see decimal places, negative values, display units. So the third one, display unit, you click on that, then you see various options, K, M, B, G, etc. K for kilo, M for millions, B for billions, and so on. Okay, select the one which you find appropriate.
Got it.
Sure. Okay, any other doubt? So according to the data that has actually been printed, you will see different options when you come to this option at a later stage. Okay, if it is not number, if it is text, maybe you have a different option coming up. Okay, so that's the first thing which I want to tell. Okay, so that is done, right? Now the next thing that I want to do is, let me say I want to change the name of the sheet. It is very simple. I think few of you might have done this already. Simply click on the sheet, right? Whatever you see here, right click on the sheet. You will see that there is a rename option. Okay, simply give a name to that. Okay, so I'll simply I'll try to write maybe what name will you? Okay, it's a profit graph, right? So let's say this is, it's a profit versus subcategory. I'll enter it this way. I'll press enter so that you can see the name that is changing over here, right? So that name changes. Okay, and since we already know that I'm trying to plot the category over here, and below that I have a subcategory, and at the lowest position of my axis I already am plotting the regions. You may not require this. Okay, so what you do, simply bring your cursor over here, right click. I think you are not able to see what I'm doing, but simply click on, right click on in your screen, right? There is an option called hide labels. So click on that, right? You can hide it, right? Whatever is not required, you can remove that. Another option, optional case, right? Don't do that if you feel that is not necessary. Okay, all right.
How we have got this left window?
Which
format some profit?
This formats. One. Yeah. So yes, you click on this profit and select format.
Select form.
Format. F-O-R-M-A-T.
Sir.
Yeah. So I was asking the other question.
Sir, I was asking how to get this only East and Central we have got here, but I'm just getting all the regions, West, East, South.
No, that's actually my problem with my screen being very small, right? It's not by default. Okay, it has to show everything, but in my case, if everything comes up, then it becomes a mess. So what automatically Tableau does is that If your screen size is smaller, it will print only, right, few elements such a way that it will not look messy for you. Okay, but when you click on this, definitely you will see that that is a south. So click this, it is a east. This is west. This is central. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Other questions? Okay. So let's move on. Right. Another very important topic coming up.
The one more question. So
Yes,
one more
yes.
question. So when I sort it out, I start with west, east, south, central, and in your case, it's opposite. I mean, not opposite. It's different arrangement. The
Maybe,
sorting about.
maybe this one. This is the sort which you have done.
I'm getting first as west, then east, then south, and then central. You are getting south at the end.
What sort you are trying to do? It might depend on that as well. Okay, let me clear sort once. Okay, so we have something like this, correct? Central, east, then south, then west. This is what I have. Now let me do the sorting. Maybe this is what you're getting.
Yes.
Possible, because the time when I selected sort was different than yours earlier. Initially I sorted, then I made the modifications. Maybe because of that I got it.
We can get different, but our sorting can be the similar on the
graph.
graph.
Yeah. If I do the sorting at the same time as yours, I should get the same. Okay.
So if I want to have south in the starting and west in the end, so is there any way to do it or no?
No. Sorting has to be done in the same way, right? Sorting means it's just only one answer. When I have a data set and I sort it, it should be the same answer. It should not be a different answer. Correct? Because
so it should be east, west, south, central if I want the sorting in this manner. But my computer is giving west, east, south, central.
But you see here, this is different for different category, right? So for first category, it is central, west.
So yours
east.
Giving central, mine is giving west in this beginning.
But you see the number, what is the number there? Profit is different.
So I start, profit is same. I don't know why it is giving, maybe for the furniture. I don't know what's happening. I mean, it's totally different.
Maybe it's ascending, descending.
No, even if you change this, let me do this. So let me change it to this. So you see again, so sorting has to be the same answer, right? In the sense, either bigger number comes first, smaller number comes at the last. Otherwise, it should be reversed. That's all. Because sorting is only one concept worldwide, right? So what I am expecting is you have to get the same answer, right?
So it may be sorting is according to the profit or something else, because I am not getting the sorting of this according to the profit.
No, do one thing. You see where you are actually getting this. I'll actually clear sort. Right now sorting is not there, and I come back and I select sort. This comes. That's all. You can cancel the sort and you can try to sort it again, right? And you can verify. You see this data is very clear, right? So this is the minimum value, this is the maximum value. So next category, this is the minimum, this is the maximum, because everywhere I am asking sort it in the ascending order, correct? So it has to be in the same way, right? Minimum to maximum. See, this is the minimum, this is the maximum. So it has to be the same way, right?
Mona, try to do sorting with the subcategory, like there are drop down option where you can see a sort option, and there you can maybe select alphabetical wise or maybe other options like that.
Yes, that is.
You can try to do that.
Yes. Maybe you can try that, right? If you want any other sort, you can try.
Sorting can be like depending on the subcategory or region or category. So you have to choose according to that.
You can choose appropriate one and you can do it. But as of now, I have not gone to that level, so I am not answering in that way. What I am doing is the default one is what I am talking about. So by default, as you can see, I clear the sort. So now sorting is not there. I don't select any of the category, subcategory, region, nothing. I'm not selecting anything. Simply I'm coming here and I'm clicking on. So you see, right? This is what is happening, correct? Okay, so let's move further. Now I'll remove a few of the things. I don't want this. I don't want this. I say Okay, let me bring something new here. All right, so far we have never used say what I have not seen. Let me see something. Okay, let me see the product name. All right, I'll bring that as rows in the sense, right? When I bring that, you see a warning comes up. I think you are also getting a warning, right? Simply bring the product name to rows. Okay, try to drag it and drop it. It will give you a warning saying that so many objects are there. Do you really want to do it? Right? So simply select add all members. Don't go for any other option. If you want to filter out, etc., you can do that. But as of now, that's not my intention. So I select add all. Okay, so this is what comes, right? It says it is a product name, and on the right side I can see ABC saying that everything
where to get add all?
Everything is a text data. That's what we get from this. Yes, what's the question?
The question is, you have told us to click on add all. So where to get add all?
No. Simply bring the product name to this position. Okay, you do that, you understand what I say. Simply bring the product name and paste it over there. You see what happens.
Okay, so we are getting the column warning.
In that you say add all.
Okay.
All right. So once you do that, now what does it mean? You understand, right? So product names are there. It was asking that there are so many products. Do you really want to do that? Right? You said yes. Okay. Now I will say I want to see. Right? It's not a graph because I just brought only the names over there. I'm not going to plot anything out of it. So let me try to say that. Okay, let's just see what I'm trying to do here. I will go to say sales again, and I will ask Tableau to give me the text. You see, I'm pasting it over text. Okay, some of the sales. So each product, what is the sale amount? That's what I'm how many sales happen, right? That's what I'm saying. So this is the detail. Click on that, we will be able to see that completely, right? 1.7 cubic foot compact cube office refrigerator, right? And this is the sales, right? So everything, so many data you have, right? For each and everything you are able to, right, see the sales and the name of that particular product. Okay, so again you see I have not brought that sales amount to the columns. Maybe if I do that, I'll get something else. Okay, so my intention was just to have a something like a simple table, right? Kind of visualization. So I'm trying to see, right, this. Okay, this is the name given. Okay, nothing to do with this particular visualization what we are having. So profit was the subcategories. It was the name I gave earlier to this particular sheet. Okay, now I have a question. I hope everybody is has done till here. Okay, so one part is this and the second part is this. Okay, now I have a question, right? Can anybody try to find out from whatever you are seeing here, which is the product? What is the product name that has the highest sales? Okay, anybody? So whatever we have learned so far, apply only that. I'm not asking something new which is yet to come. Okay, I'm not asking anything new out of here. So my question is that, right, I want the name of that product, right, which actually has the highest amount of sales.
The Canon sorting.
Maybe can you give me the answer?
Canon
image filtering, sir.
Right. So simply go with the high to low, right? Sort, and on the top you will see this is the product, right? That's good. So similarly, if I ask a question saying that what is the, which is the one that gives you the minimum sale, what you do the reverse, right? Simply go to the other sort right?
Eureka.
And on the top, you will see that, right? This is Eureka disposable, right? Bags for so and so. Okay. Yeah. Any question?
सर ये जो हम लोग जो डाटा स्ट्रक्चर जो ये पढ़ रहे हो तो उसमें क्या काम आएगा जैसे कि हम लोग एक मैंने मैनिपुलेट कर सकते हैं जो स्ट्रक्चर है हेलो
Yes, yes, yes. Please go ahead.
एक्चुअली बेसिकली आइडिया क्या है मैंने ये टैब्लू का मैंने क्या इसमें यूज क्या है
Tableau is a complete, if you look at the complete package of the Tableau, it is a business analytics tool. Okay, so I have data of my company from last 10 years, right? I can do a lot of visualization without doing any coding. That's what is the fundamental idea behind the Tableau. You see, so far we have never done any program. If at all you want to do the same thing in Pandas or NumPy or something, you might have written so many lines of code so far, correct? So avoiding coding, but just doing a drag drop, you are trying to visualize, you are getting information from huge data. That's what is the fundamental idea behind the tab. Okay?
It is totally, sir, it is totally graphical presentation of data.
Yes, yes, yes. Tableau is completely visualization tool. Okay,
Sir,
that is fundamentally built up for the business intelligence purpose.
Okay.
Sir, can we save these images or
yeah, on the
these
top
jobs?
you have a file option. I'm coming to saving at a later stage, but since few of you have asked over there, go to the files, right? On the file you have a save option, save as you have, right? And you can select it. Okay.
I think, sir, we are using PowerPoint basically to show the data and with like a different format.
Okay.
So I think we can use a Tableau also.
Yes, yes, yes. Tableau also can be used, right?
Yeah.
But Tableau has much more things compared to the any other visualization tool. Okay, maybe a few of you may think that Excel also is going to do similar job, but Tableau is much bigger. Okay, much more, much larger, much more capable compared to other tools, right?
But limitation is only like data should be available in structured form or like some format only.
Yes,
that is a limitation.
Yes, yes, yes. There is a limitation like that. But it is acceptable because most of the time you are connecting to a server, means server has a structured format. Unless and until it is a raw format where I am just collecting the data right now, I may not be able to directly use it to this. That actually is not possible even to visualize using other tools also. You need a same format for Excel also, right? In a time series, if you have a text in the middle, I cannot plot, correct? So similar issues are there with others also, but that's okay, correct?
Sir, so basically Tableau, which industry mostly using, sir?
No, in case of if you see the business analytics, right? Whichever company is trying to do the analysis of their business and they want to increase the profit, they want to predict something, they want to build something for their future, means you have to do the analysis of the past data, right? So you have widely two options are available. One is the Power BI from the Microsoft, which is a competitor of Tableau. Whatever functions you have, similar options are there with them also, right? Either of these two are used. You can go to the Uber, you can check with the Swiggy, others, right? Whoever, there is a lot of applications related to the data science, right? Or wherever you see the data scientist vacancies, right? Every company is going to use one or the other visualization tool. Okay,
so Power BI and Tableau both are same.
Both are the similar software manufactured by different companies. Power BI by Microsoft. They are building that. Okay, so Tableau is built by the Tableau.
So is it open source, sir, or does it have a license?
You need to have license. What we are using is a free version. Okay. Again, all the capabilities are not there in this. Limited capabilities are.
Okay. So for machine learning, Tableau is important, so it is only for visualization.
It is a visualization. Has nothing to do with the machine learning algorithms, deep learning algorithms, nothing. But when you say I'm going to become a data scientist, one of the visualization tool is necessary, right? Optional. You learn Tableau, Microsoft, the Power BI becomes very simple to you because very similar concepts. Okay, you can go with the Microsoft Power BI. You can jump to the Tableau if required at a later stage. Very similar one. Minute differences are.
Okay.
So, sir, like whatever insights we get from Tableau, will it be helpful to make a model ahead on in machine learning or something?
Yes. Visualization is going to give you some insight for sure, right?
Yeah.
What insights you can extract from that depends on your idea, right? But if you apply that properly, definitely you will be able to identify features, right? That's what is important for ML or DL, right? So it is necessary that you identify the various features. For that, definitely the plotting or the visualization is going to come very handy.
Excuse me, sir. When I am going to save it, it is asking for sign in. Tableau public sign in.
Yeah, you need to use your right, because when you downloaded, you have given the detail, right? So you have to enter them and you have to save.